Hi everyone, Kathy Hazel Adams here. Thank you. I'm glad you clicked on this video. Today's a little bit different. I hadn't posted anything for the last, say, week and a half. I went on a little mini vacation, anniversary vacation with my husband. I thought I would be posting about that or some things going on in the country. And instead, what I really feel the need to talk with you about for a couple minutes today is the incoming historic winter storm that's barreling down upon a large portion of the country. Today is Thursday, pardon me, January 22nd, 2026. And as you all know, a really serious, again, historic, evidently, winter storm is brewing up across the entire middle of the country, coming up to where New Mexico, Texas, even into Arizona, Texas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Arkansas, all those states in the middle of the country, the Mississippi Valley, and all the way into Ohio and the East Coast, are going to see not only large amounts of snowfall, but worse in a way, catastrophic amounts of freezing rain, which creates an ice storm. That can be catastrophic because the ice forms. They're calling for at least an inch in a lot of places, ice to form on the power lines. And therefore, we're seriously looking at the possibility of large swaths of power outages and portions of the grid going down in these areas and around these areas. So I wanted to just talk with you for a couple of minutes about making sure that you are taking prudent, non-fearful, prudent, intelligent precautions and preparation so that you are taking care of the well-being of yourself and your family in the coming next 4 or 5 days. So first of all, power outages. It does feel to me, and of course the weather people are predicting, that there are going to be some big power outages. That means that you may or may not have communications ability. You may not have the ability to cook food for yourself. You may not have the ability to keep your home warm. You may not have the ability to contact anybody if the cell phone towers go down or the power goes down. You may or may not have cell phone or internet during these events. And if the power is down, even if you were to walk to the corner store, you're not going to be able to use your debit card or your credit card, to get money out of the bank or to buy things at the store. And so I just want to go through a little checklist of just prudent preparedness here before this all hits. And do stay till the end because I'll share that I do have a feeling about this event, sort of where it falls into our bigger picture that the earth is going through right now. So first of all, if you can, get a little bit of extra cash from the bank, like in small bills, so that if the power is out and you need something somewhere and the electronic systems aren't working, you can't use your debit or credit card to get cash or to make a payment, that you actually have some cash to buy a few groceries with if the store's even open. Second of all, fuel up your vehicles here before it hits. Because again, if the power is out and things are disrupted for days, you may or may not be able to go to your local gas station and get fueled up. And furthermore, if the power is out to where we don't have communications in some areas, you want to be able to listen to a radio. And I know this sounds extreme, but if nothing is working anywhere, you can still get in your car and turn it on and then turn on the radio there and see what you can pick, what stations you can pick up on AM or FM. So I'm just saying, have fuel, have some cash. If you're on well water, and of course your system runs on electric, and you don't have a generator, make sure, you probably already do this, make sure you have a case or two of drinking water to get yourself through the next week or so if you were to be out of power for that long. Have extra food in the house and non-perishable food. Have bread, crackers, canned vegetables, canned tuna, canned soups, whatever. Have all of that stuff non-perishable available to you so that, and make sure you have a can opener so that you have food to eat throughout. Maybe get a couple of bunches of bananas or whatever. Have non-perishable food just in case the power is out and you lose the food in your freezer and refrigerator. And depending on your heat source in the house, for both warmth and cooking, if you're on gas, my brother has a gas fireplace, so he's got some heat for the house, or at least for a big room of the house there. His stove is gas, so he's got a way to cook his food and for his family to stay warm. If you have a fireplace, make sure you have plenty of wood in already. But if you're cooking and your heat is all electric, definitely make sure you have non-perishable food you can eat without heating it up. And obviously make sure you have lots of extra blankets, a way to keep yourself warm through the temperatures are going to be absolutely stunningly bitter for a lot of the country for a few days. Let's talk about driving on the roads. If you don't have to be out on the roads when the snow and, importantly, the freezing rain is coming down, please do not be out on the roads, because what can happen in these events is that, people are out on the roads, there's snow and ice everywhere, there are accidents everywhere, blocking traffic. No one can go anywhere. There's backups and jams, but you can't go anywhere, and no one can really get to you because the roads and the weather are so bad, and people can freeze to death in their cars. So do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to possibly be in your car, stuck, trapped in a bad situation. Maybe, it can happen to where you have to be there for a day or two. You don't want to freeze to death in your car. So don't be out on the roads if you can avoid it in any way. Also, if you are on the road or have to be on the road, please make sure you have extra blankets in your vehicle, some water, and some snacks, so that if you are caught in that worst of situations, you can at least keep yourself and whoever you're with alive and if not comfortable, alive and warm to get through it. Obviously, bring your pets in, and if you have pipes outside that are going to be subject to severe cold, freezing, try to do something about insulating those or turning off water to anything outside so your pipes don't break. I just watched an excellent video about the weather system, and I liked it because it's on the channel called Max Velocity, and he actually tracks sort of chunk of like Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, what the weather pattern is doing, where it's moving, where the snow is going to be, where the freezing rain is going to be. So you have an idea of what to expect and when. And it has changed, evidently, just in the last 24 hours. My brother lives in Maryland, and that was going to be 15 inches of snow. Now the system has moved north. He's going to be right in the band of that severe, sort of catastrophic level, freezing rain. And so the video, if you want to see it and see kind of where you fall in there and what to expect, at least to the best of everybody's ability. Again, this channel is called Max Velocity Severe Weather Center. And the title of the video is "This Massive Winter Storm Just Shifted." And the thumb just has this big pink picture of this storm over the United States with the words "No way." So anyway, I do recommend you take a look at that, stay on top of this, prepare yourselves. And so what did I mean by how this fits into our bigger picture? We've all known, and I probably haven't done enough YouTubes about this, but obviously we're in the ascension. The planet is shifting. There have been, and there are really going to be now, all kinds of seismic events, solar events, weather events, flooding events, major events that the earth, as part of us, a projection of us, and a source of us, it's all one, it's all synchronistic. As our consciousness is shifting and readjusting and shedding what isn't, love and light and joy and cooperation and equality and unity, what isn't that? The earth itself is literally shifting. That's why you're seeing all of these earthquakes and activated volcanoes and all kinds of things. And it's only going to be a lot more in the next few months. I just feel energetically that this event, I'm not going to say it's the first, because we've been having some events. Remember when Spain lost all of its power for like a week and a half or 2 weeks there for no discernible reason a few months back. But I do feel this is the beginning of the ramped up activity of the Earth's shifts. I want to make clear, there's nothing to fear here. You don't need to fear things happening to you, but do take prudent, intelligent steps to ensure your own well-being and the well-being of your family. I do feel like this event, while it's not the beginning of the events of the earth shifting along with our consciousness, reflecting our consciousness shift, but that I feel like this is maybe the first big event of the really ramped up period of earth events that will shake things up, create inconveniences, and even some catastrophe for some people. I do feel that this is the beginning of the really ramped up period of that kind of activity. And I do feel like this is one of the first that souls that are ready to leave the planet will use as a way to leave. I've been strongly getting the feeling that there will be some loss of life with this potentially catastrophic historic storm. Know that whoever leaves, it's because they're ready to leave. They're using the storm as a way to leave. And that could be souls who are very evolved and just don't need or want to be here anymore. Or it could be souls who really aren't compatible or congruent with the love, light, joy, creative, unity, cooperation, equality paradigm that we're moving into. Everybody's got their own reasons, but I'm just saying I am seeing this as possibly the beginning of one of those loss of light events where souls, I'm seeing it right now, where some souls are using this to go ahead and exit this reality as we know it. So don't be afraid, just intend and know and trust that you'll be fine. Take the prudent, intelligent steps to help make that happen. Take the actions to the best of your ability that support that. And don't forget to check on your neighbors and help anyone you can be safe and warm if they weren't able to be safe and warm with their own resources. Know that you are seen, you are loved, you are supported, you will be fine. And I'll be coming back with some more videos. Maybe I will tell you a little bit more about my anniversary trip because, of course, everything is spiritually enlightening, and that was as well, too. And maybe a clip or two from my last mid-month meditation, which was wonderful. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. Have a blessed day.